Hello everybody and welcome to TTVJAudio YouTube channel. We have Stan Veal here from AudioQuest with us again. We're going to talk about their numerous offerings of cables, whether it be analog, digital, just all the specialty cables. But there's a bright spot in each line, and we're gonna try to highlight those. And we're going to talk to Stan right now about what do you think in this lineup is your competition?
You know, oftentimes when we talk about these, our competition is the free red and white cable in the box, or the spur purchase at maybe a Home Depot or through Amazon to buy cable just to hook something up, rather than buy cable to, you know, kind of maximize the performance of what you're connecting to. So oftentimes cables become more of an afterthought rather than a expedited plan to make sure that they're getting the performance that they paid for in their gear.
Sure, and people buying their first system or really just kind of getting into higher end audio haven't realized yet the impact that a cable can have on a system. You know, they might be buying good components that are being really held back by the cheap little gray with the little ends on it interconnect cable, and you don't have to spend a lot to move beyond those.
Right.
For instance, you know, some of your bridge and fall line, your tower, your evergreen, Golden Gate, those cables are not terribly expensive. You can get a 1 meter tower cable for $50. You know, that a nice pair of interconnects that will really lift that stereo up and make it sound noticeably better.
Exactly. And we've always kind of had the mantra of do no harm, and we know any cable you add to a system can add noise and distortion. But the thing is that we've paid attention to over the last 45 years we've been doing this are using materials and cables that can help minimize the amount of harm they can do, or adding additional distortion to the system already. So the best cables do no harm and just get out of the way and just let the music play through.
So a person buying an introductory level audiophile or high mid-fi type system, they're not going to buy a Dragon.
Exactly.
They're not going to buy a cable that costs as much or more than the components. But there's still cables that add a great deal of value and deliver better, allow your system to sound better. How about we go that route?
And do you want to know a little code secret we have at AudioQuest?
No, I hate secrets.
Me
yes,
too.
Please.
We call it Seeing Red, and if you look at our cables, and whether it's a power cable or a digital cable or a speaker cable, oftentimes the jacket will be, and a lot of times we'll use braid, and preferred, you know, it'll be in a red braid. So when you see that red braid, that kind of gives a hint that that's, as Bill puts it, to be the best experience without the highest cost. So we Bill, the founder of our company, Bill Lowe, treats those special products that are in red as kind of brand ambassadors, where people will put them in their system without spending a lot of money and still walk away amazed at what they're finally hearing out of their system.
Okay, so for an example, in the introductory interconnect category, your bridges and falls, you have the Golden Gate interconnects, and these are $120 for a 1 meter pair. And I actually own some of these and use them and like them very much. They are considerably better than the pieces that come in, or if you go to your local Walmart or whatever and just buy a pair of interconnects. Interconnects will get you sound. If you want better sound, it's available.
And we we make a lot of different products, and we try to put them in series. And one of the cables you're mentioning comes out of our Bridges and Falls, hence the name Golden Gate.
Right.
So we have that same level of cable available separately, because the Golden Gate is one cable with breakouts, it's
Right.
conjoined. Then if somebody needs two physical separate cables, maybe their inputs are on opposite sides or whatever, we make that in a model called Red River,
Right.
where it's two separate cables. Sometimes you need it not in an RCA configuration, but an XLR configuration, also available in Red River. But you'll see it in that Seeing Red, jacket that
Right.
we highlighted earlier.
And for you folks that are for lack of a better word, newbies, are looking to improve your stereo system, a lot of times if you have good components, all you really need, rather than to step up to the next component, is to upgrade your cabling, and you'll get more from it. I've dealt with this myself. I was of the how can a cable make a difference? Wire's wire, connection's connection. But it truly does matter. The materials, the design, the build quality, even makes a difference in your overall stereo sound quality. And AudioQuest has done a remarkable job, to me, in providing different price points. And as you go up the price point, there is value. There are sweet spots where you're getting the biggest bang for your buck, which would be in the red jacketed or products, but that's not where the value stops.
Right.
You can go up the line, Big Sur, Sydney, Yosemite, Angel, and Angel starts to get to be expensive.
Yeah, and again, normally people say, well, what changes that price? And if we were to go from Red River, that's using some of our best copper, when we go to Angel, it's going to be our best and only silver. And silver, again, is a very expensive metal. It certainly is the best metal you can use in a cable, but it comes at a higher cost
Sure.
to manufacture.
So I highly recommend to people looking to improve their systems to consider cabling. It's not the all in all, but you can get better sound quality. It'll surprise you. And if you're thinking about doing this, contact me. I'll let you borrow a pair of cables, and AudioQuest actually has a very nice program. You'll be able to hear them in your system, and hearing truly is believing with this stuff.
It's really the only way to really experience is to give them a good test run
In your own system.
because you know your system better than anybody. You know what to listen for. So when, and I will add, the best recommendation on that is just do it one cable at a time, so you can
Yes.
point to where you're hearing that difference and know where that difference came from.
Yeah, and changing a bunch of things around, components and cables or whatever, you'll never know what did what.
Right.
So a step at a time is a key factor in that. But once you hear what cables can do for you, you'll find the value in upgrading and moving. As your components get better, your cables can get better.